Hello everybody and welcome to part 2 of the Fnaf 6 100% completion guide. In this episode I'm going to be covering how to get the certificate of bankruptcy, which is another really fast one that should take about 6 minutes if you can do it first try, but it requires a bit of RNG. Let's get right into it.
Let's see how much cash you had left over after purchasing your franchise package. Great, that should be more than enough. Now let's get started. On your left,
Starting off, you're going to want to buy the discount ball pit, the small stage, and Mr. Hugs. And you're going to want to avoid the sanitation station and the plates because they give health and safety, which we do not want for this ending. After buying those 3 items, place both of them down and start the night. The first thing you're going to want to do when the night begins is run the motion detector. Since you have risk, there's a chance something might have gotten in. If you don't see anything on the motion detector after using it for about 10 seconds, then that means no one's in the building and you can just complete the task like normal without having to worry about anything. If you do see somebody moving around with the motion detector, then that means you're actually are going to have to do some strategy for this night. If you do see somebody moving around, then you're going to want to go to the audio and place an audio alert on the side that they're on, preferably in the middle row of one of the two sides, the side that the animatronic is on. Once you put an audio alert on that side, start up a printing task and turn off the fan, and look at the direction that the animatronic was coming from. When you hear the little ding that signifies that a task is completed, then you're going to turn back to the computer and quickly start up the next one, and then turn back to the vent that you were looking at. Once you finish that row of tasks, you're going to want to close out of it and then go to the next row to start completing those and turn back to the vent again while you're still doing that. Once you've had the fan off for a while, you're going to notice the screen starting to get red and the temperature increasing. Once it's past 100 degrees, you're going to want to turn the fan back on and keep it on until the office hits about 66 degrees. And just repeat the strategy for the whole night until you finish all the tasks and you can log out. This is also going to be the strategy I'm going to be covering in my completion ending guide, except I'm going to be covering it to a much higher degree since there's all 6 nights to do, and there'll be more animatronics in on each night, but we're not going to talk about that right now because you are going to now need some good RNG with this next part.
great job. It looks like you're getting the hang of this. Now let's just focus on getting you through your first week. There's a big party here Saturday, and you should
Now after completing that, you're going to get the option to salvage Molten Freddy, but just don't do it. It doesn't really matter. In fact, you don't want to do it because you don't want to have a lot of money for this next part.
Don't forget Saturday. You want them all to be in one place.
Now this is where the RNG comes in with this ending, as you're going to want to hope you get a lawsuit. Let's see how many lawsuits you've gotten by the end of this list here. And if you don't have any lawsuits, then just restart the game and click new game and repeat this whole guide again. It's only taking you about 5 minutes at a time. It's not going to take that long to get back here. You just have to hope for good RNG. If you do get a lawsuit like I do, take it and pick the one that costs the most, and you should go bankrupt. Unless it's a really bad lawsuit that doesn't take much money.
You put all your eggs into one basket and did the unthinkable. You ran out of cash. While we encourage entrepreneurs to follow their dreams, we also recognize a lost cause when we see one. There are no do-overs, and we trust that you know your way out. But before you go, take this certificate of bankruptcy. Now do everyone a favor and get lost.
And that's one more certificate added to your collection. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be covering the most difficult certificate in the next episode. I'm going to be covering Blacklisted. So get ready for that. Take care, y'all.